Welcome to the Raven Roundup, your go-to podcast for all things sports at Royal Oak High School. I'm your host, Sam Klonke.
And I'm your co-host, Ben Machiniak. Join us as we dive into the exhilarating world of Royal Oak High School sports, where we cover all of the amazing teams.
That's right, Ben. Whether you're a dedicated fan cheering from the stands or a player on the field, this podcast is your backstage pass to latest updates, game highlights, and interviews with incredible Raven athletes and coaches. All right, over under 5 minutes, Ben, for this sign to fall.
Give me the, I'm going to take the over, but it's risky.
You're going to take the over? All right. How you doing, Ben? Pretty good?
I'm good. How are you?
You know, fantastic. It's Monday. It's beautiful outside. I'm wearing shorts. Like, first time wearing shorts at school. I don't know why this mic keeps doing this.
Yeah, but, I walked into school this morning. It was toasty. I almost, took my hoodie off.
So hot?
Away. It was hot, yeah.
No, yeah, it was very humid in the school.
It's cooled off, though.
But when I walked into school, so you Matter Week this week, and they're passing out some snacks. And get a load of this. We talked about it on the last week's episode about the Welch's. Welch's and Mott deal. And they were passing out Welch's fruit snacks. So I was like, I'll grab one for Ben.
Oh, thank you.
So we're going to have some Welch's fruit snacks on the episode here. And
These are way better.
the Mott's or Welch's. So we were discussing Mott's or Welch's last week. And yeah.
Way better.
What's your favorite one?
Probably the orange.
Sorry, Mr. Conrad, we're eating. But this is not really messy in the studio. Yeah.
The
These are
orange
good.
one. The orange one's the best, but
Orange one. They're all pretty good.
yeah.
Shout out to Welch's.
Yeah.
And
If you're listening, sponsor us.
mixed fruit snacks. What if it was the Raven Roundup, sponsored by Welch's Fruit Snacks?
I like that. Sounds good to me.
That'd be sick. An NFL draft happened last week, and
Did you go?
I did not. But you did, right?
I stopped by first round.
First day, yeah.
I had work, so
So you were one of the
we got there late, yeah.
275,000 fans on the first day. How was it? Was
If they're counting that, because we didn't get it in. We were just
oh,
around.
you were just outside.
I wonder what the stat is, if it's people that scan into the thing, or they're just counting people that
probably
are
the
down
people
there.
that went in, or maybe probably
If it's
the
people that went in, then there was probably 2 million people, I would say,
yeah.
because it was unreal.
Could you even move? Was it just
No.
get lost at all?
No, but it was just so crowded.
So crowded.
So crowded.
And
Unreal.
that's awesome for the local businesses down there. I mean, wow.
Shoot, yeah, I bet. It was nice though.
A lot of money. These fruit snacks.
They're good. I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
But whether you're listening on YouTube, wait.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, hey everyone. I didn't even say hi, really. I mean,
We're just talking.
we were just talking. Thanks for listening on the Ravens Roundup.
If you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we appreciate you.
This is episode 16, and this is
Sam's last episode as a host.
last episode. So let me tell you guys a little about this. So this is my last episode. I'll be here next week,
Yeah.
but I'm giving the reins to Ben Machiniak, and
Taking
then
over.
he's going to be the host. The co's going to go, but he's going to be the host.
We're in the hunt for
We are in the hunt for
we're
a
in the hunt
co-host.
for a co. If you're interested, DM us.
No, you need some experience. but
Yeah, don't DM us.
Don't DM
We'll leave
us.
you on red. Probably screenshot you.
No one's going to
post
DM
you.
us, Ben.
Probably
But,
not. but
hey, think about it. Talk to
consider it.
us.
Yep. But now let's get into the interview with golf head coach, Coach McMann, and senior captain, Owen Soper.
Well, welcome everyone into the Raven Roundup. We are here with Coach McMann, the head coach for the boys golf team, and senior captain Owen Soper. How are you guys both doing today?
Good. I'm doing really well. How about
Great.
yourself?
It's a pleasure to be with you guys here today. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Excited to be here with you, Sam. I really appreciate all the work you do for this roundup, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of it finally.
Thanks for coming on. Thank you for spending your time here. And we are in the beautiful courtyard. We got a beautiful, anyone know what that tree is called?
Pink?
It's pink, yeah.
Maybe, is it a lilac bush tree? I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a disc on it too.
Where?
Over on
Oh,
the right,
yeah, a
the
little
disc.
CD over there, eh?
Magnolias, from the Masters a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's those magnolias, just a little late
Okay.
blooming here.
we're gonna start this interview off with a fast five. All right. I don't know if you guys know what a fast five is. I have 5 questions that I want you guys to answer as soon as possible, as quickly as you can. All right. So I have 5 kind of golf related questions. And I'll ask the question, and then if Owen wants to go first, and then McMahon wants to go second. All right. Let's get this fast five going. Favorite golf ball.
Titleist Pro V1.
Vice Pro Plus.
Very windy day with no trees, or clear day with a ton of trees all over the place.
Clear day with a ton of trees.
Clear day, trees.
Hot dog or burger? Coming around that turn, what do you want?
On the golf course, hot dog.
Not a question, hot dog.
Not a question. If you only have 2 clubs, what would they be?
I would say 5-iron and 8-iron.
5-iron, Coach.
5-iron and putter.
All right. And favorite golf course? Last one.
That I've played or like
That you played.
that I've played. I really like Glen Oaks. I always score well. It's not like the nicest course, but I always score well there.
Glen Oaks is nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a group of golf courses, Treetops. I just really like going up to Treetops. So it's 4 or 5 different courses up there.
Awesome. All right, Coach, tell me about your history with golf, both playing and coaching.
So I've been playing since my dad taught me back when I was like 10 or 11. I was playing in the backyard, and then he took me up to Normandy Oaks, which unfortunately is not here anymore, and just really enjoyed it, and then continued on, and then started coaching here. I think this is year 10.
Wow.
So Coach Crusoe had been here for a really long time. He said he was going to retire, and he said I should think about it, and so I thought about it. He told me about it, and it's been a lot of fun ever since. So glad I made the jump into coaching golf.
And for you, Owen, when did you start hitting the courses, and why did you start?
So my parents are super involved in golf. They both play. They were both in leagues when they were younger. So I think I started like 5 or 6 with a club in my hand, like the plastic clubs around in the backyard. But yeah, I think I started then. Yeah.
You just grew up with the sport.
Yeah.
Favorite golf memory for you, both of you?
Well, yeah, that's a really good question. One that I remember a lot is probably it's about 15 years ago, and we were in a league. I was a sub for my dad's league, and he got a hole-in-one on the hole behind me, and so that was pretty cool that I could be there when he got his hole-in-one. So that's
Wow.
probably my favorite memory that I
Have
remember.
you ever got a hole-in-one?
I have never had a hole-in-one unless you count putt-putt. I've had a few there.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Owen?
I would say winning the league tournament, I think it was last year or maybe the year before. Shot, what was it, 74, 76?
Last year, 74.
74 last year. I think that's my most memorable.
Was that your favorite? Was that your best score or best?
Yeah, that is my best score to this date.
Can you share a specific strategy or technique that you use to help players maintain their composure and concentration through a match?
Well, we do a lot of different kind of mind activities and mental activities that work for some, don't work for others. But the biggest one I have found is, and we tried to implement it yesterday, we had some guys not playing as well as they could have, and just trying to focus on 3 holes at a time. If you do really well on those 3, start over. If you don't do well on those 3, start over, but 3 holes at a time. And I try to remind them, toothpaste, I say that a lot, is, once you squeeze it out of the tube, can't get it back in. So after we've hit that bad shot, it doesn't matter, next shot.
Very good analogy. And what about you, Owen? What mental strategies do you personally use to stay focused and confident during these matches?
I try to always look forward. You're always going to have a bad shot, and I just try not to remember it. Try to look forward to the next shot, because you can't repeat that last shot. You just got to do the next thing. So yeah, I just look forward to what's coming.
And how do you feel in those pressured situations? Do you feel good, or do you like the pressure, or what is?
At times, I like the pressure. Like when it's close, I like when you can tell a match is coming close down to the wire. Like I like the pressure. I like having the feeling like, okay, I gotta hit a good shot into this green right here. But like those first tee nerves, always like little jitters like that. I don't really like those, but if you're not nervous, you don't care. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for you, Coach, what are some key aspects you focus on during practice sessions to improve players' skills both individually and as a team?
Well, one thing I try to do is I look at their scores and then kind of see statistically, are we doing better off the tee? Are we having trouble around the greens, sand shots, those sort of things. So I think looking at that individually, like this week, maybe, I'll use Owen example. His tee ball wasn't the best last few days, so trying to figure out how to fix that, but his approach shots have been pretty good. So for him, he's going to work on that, whereas other guys, their putting isn't great. So over at Red Oaks, hopefully tomorrow we can work on putting for some of those guys and look at the strategies for putting so that as a team we get better and kind of focus individually, yet as a whole team.
And Owen, specific drills or practice routines that you find are the most beneficial?
I don't really have specific drills that I like. I just like to go hit the ball at the range, get like the feel back in the swing. I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Like just having the feel. I feel
consistent.
Yeah, just finding what's right and then just trying to repeat it over and over again.
And how do you tailor your coaching approach for players in different levels, from beginners to more experienced golfers like Owen?
So I think it really depends
From me to like Owen.
On the
basically.
players. So like, looking at, maybe a beginner, our goal is maybe, hey, let's get a bogey on every hole or try to get, a double bogey, for some of those JV kids and really focus on that. Whereas, as I said, the 3 holes at a time. So I challenged Owen yesterday for every 3 holes be +1. Another group of guys, I challenged them for every 3 holes be +2 or +3. So kind of looking at their level and kind of challenging each person individually is what I try to do. And then looking at the course as a whole, maybe, guys can drive really well and let's focus on where we're going to miss versus always trying to go for the green. So just trying different strategies for different players along the way. A couple years ago, I had a kid who really struggled putting. And so I came up with, some questions about what he thought about when he got over the ball. And he said, well, I want to make the putt. And I said, well, what do you do to practice that? And he said, well, I take it back and then I hit it through. So we came up with strategies to line up every putt. So now he takes that, on every golf ball, they've got a little line. He gets that line to the cup. We walk back behind it. He takes 1 practice, 2 practice, walks up and hits the ball. So it kind of gave him a routine that every time was the same. Whereas before it might be take 2 practice strokes and then hit it. Next time 3, next time none. So we just kind of got that routine. And so that way his putting every single time he went up there was going to be the same. And that really helped his confidence in his putting.
And moving forward, any particular goals for your golf careers? Both of you?
Well, my goal is that we can obviously we'd like to qualify for states as a team this year, but just trying to get 1 guy through or 2 guys through would be great. We haven't had a boy qualifier since I've been here, and looking back on it, it's been at least 20-some years before we've had a golfer from Royal Oak, Kimball, or Dondero, or Royal Oak High School qualify for the state final. So that's kind of my goal, is to get someone through.
I would say my goal is to make it to states this year individually or as a team. That would be great. But yeah, just have fun on the course. It's my senior year. I just want to wrap it up nicely and have fun with a bunch of friends.
Awesome. Anything else you guys want to talk about the golf team here at Royal Oak High School, the boys golf team? Anything else?
I think they're working hard, and I think sometimes scores go up and down based on pressure, and I think some guys are putting too much pressure on themselves. But I think we have a really good team. We shot a 325 a couple weeks ago, which beat every team in the division above us, which is really good.
Awesome.
And on a personal note, I did think of another memory that I liked. That I shot a 68 with my grandpa one time, and that was a lot of fun because it was just the 2 of us, and we didn't get to do that a lot. So I thought about that after too, which was really cool.
Very cool. Owen?
I have nothing else. I'm all set.
All right. Well, Coach, Owen, pleasure for you coming on today. And, hey, we're going to have to get some Top Golf water here soon, people watching, listening, go to Top Golf. Grab yourself a cup of water and just really take it in, because it is probably the best water I think I've ever tasted in my life.
They do have some high-quality H2O there, and then it's a lot of fun to go golfing over there too. So
Yeah.
It's always enjoyable.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate it. And good luck with the rest of the season.
Thanks for
Get
the
the
opportunity.
States.
Yep, thank you.
Manly men.
Thanks again, Owen and Coach McMann, for the insightful interview. It was a pleasure sitting down with you guys.
Yeah, that was a good interview. That was awesome.
Track and field.
So the boys and girls had a couple of invitationals this past weekend, and on Friday, some of the Ravens competed in the Barnyard Invitational, and on Saturday, most of the team did compete in the Steven Johnson relays that were at Warren Mott High School. Sam, standout performances from the girls' side?
From the girls, the Royal Oak girls got second place in the 4x200 relay. The relay team consists of Audrey Zimmerman, Alexandra Gravel. Was that
Over.
Did you say over?
I did.
You said
I took
over.
the
All
over.
right, you took the over 5 minutes. It's 6:57 right now.
Okay.
Sorry. Amaya Brown and Brooklyn Cotton. This same relay team got third in the 4x400 relay too. So great job to those girls. That relay team is awesome. And then in the 4x800 relay, the Ravens girls got second. The relay team consists of Kate Wishman, Emma Vigiano, Anna McDonald, and Jane Meineke. And to top that all off, Jada Ewell got first place in discus. Congratulations to all the girls that competed. What about the boys, Ben?
So standout performances from the boys' side last week. Braxton Sipes got second place in the 3,200 meter at the Barnyard Invitational, and Sebastian Ramirez got fifth place in the 1,600. He got a new PR of 4 minutes and 14 seconds.
In 1 mile.
But if you think about it, that's fifth place, and he ran 4:14. That's crazy.
I know.
That is absurd.
It's insane.
But Royal Oak, they did take first place in the 4x200 relay. That team consists of Julian Burns, Steven Johnson, Javian Johnson, and Nathan Guthrie. Congrats, boys. That's sweet. And our very own Sam Klonke got a new PR in shot put. And he put that, what? That PR in shot put was 3 feet more than his last PR. Wow, Sam.
Well, thank you, Ben.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'm trying to get to that 40-foot mark. Shout out to Coach Boker and all my teammates, all my throwing teammates. They all encourage and help me. This week, the track teams do not have a meet, but they have a Farmington Invitational this Saturday at Farmington, of course.
Relaxing week for the track team. Girls softball.
So no info was sent in from the girls softball team, but this week the girls have 4 doubleheaders. Oh, my gosh.
That is a lot.
By the time this episode is released, they will already have played Rochester on Monday and Oak Park on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, the girls play Avondale at home at 4:30 and home against Marion on Friday at 4:30 as well. Boys baseball.
Against Harper Woods High School, the team showcased their dominance with 3 consecutive wins. Game 1 ended with a 10-7 victory, followed by an 8-0 win in Game 2, and a commanding 12-1 win in Game 3, with Connor Stoyanoff delivering an outstanding
performance.
I hope it wasn't outside.
You hope it wasn't outside?
I don't know.
It needs to be outside,
It
right?
needs to be.
I mean, baseball,
is there indoor? Probably
I don't
not.
know if you want to be indoor or not. That means bad weather.
Probably not. But anyways,
But, I mean, Tampa Bay Rays, they play
I was gonna
play
say, yeah,
inside,
they
and
do.
it's beautiful in Florida, and
what are
they're
you
just
doing?
playing inside. Like, what the heck? That's why
Yeah.
no one goes to their games. But the excitement didn't stop there. In the double header against Detroit King, they continued their winning streak, securing victories in both games. Notably in Game 1, 2 players smashed home runs over their left field wall, while Peyton Morrison made history, hitting the first cycle in Royal Oak history. A home run, triple, double, and single, all in the same game.
that's just crazy.
Congratulations, Peyton. I mean, that's awesome.
First time on the team too.
And his
Yeah.
program, first time, ever. Wow.
That's crazy. This week the boys baseball team has a 3-game series against our biggest rival, the Berkeley Bears. By the time you're listening to this, they would have already played the first game on Monday, and then they resume the series on Thursday at home at 4 p.m., and then they're back at Berkeley to wrap it up on Friday at 7 p.m. So good luck, boys.
I'm gonna be there Thursday, I think.
I think I'm gonna go back to that 4-1. Yeah, Thursday home.
Thursday,
at
4 p.m.
Why
Sounds
not?
like I'm there.
Yeah.
Girls lacrosse. Despite a tough loss to Notre Dame Prep and facing 6 injuries, requiring an ambulance. Oh my gosh. The team showed incredible resilience. I hope everyone's okay.
Yeah.
They bounced back with a resounding 13-0 win against Avondale, secured a 9-5 victory against Waterford United. Standout players, Ben?
Emily Saunders stood out with 7 goals on Friday, earning MVP honors. With a record of 7-3, they continue to inspire determination and sportsmanship.
What do they got this week, Ben?
The girls have 2 games this week. They would have already played Clarkson on Monday, but they're back this Thursday at home against Waterford Mott. So come watch them play. It'll be at 7 p.m. Be exciting. Come check it out.
And then boys lacrosse. They had a busy week, and the boys started off with a great win, 17-6 against Troy Athens. And then the boys lost to Rochester. The final score to 8-5, and then ended the week strong with a win over St. Clair, 17-7. And the standout players from Royal Oak are Ethan Cousins and Jacob Gaynor.
The boys have 3 games this week. By the time you hear this episode, they would have already taken on Farmington on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they take on Shrine at 6 p.m., and then on Saturday, they take on Howell at 10:30. Both games are at Royal Oak High School.
Girls tennis.
With 3 consecutive shutout victories, 6-0 against Waterford, 8-0 against Ferndale, and 6-0 against Southfield A&T, the team demonstrated their dominance on the court. Standout players Lily and Audrey deserve special attention for achieving a golden set, showcasing their exceptional skills and teamwork.
While this week may have been relatively easy, the real challenge lies ahead as they prepare to face their toughest competition yet. With the opportunity to tie a team record of 15 wins in this season, the Ravens currently have an impressive undefeated record of 11-0-1. By the time you hear this episode, the girls will already have faced Athens and Oxford, but fear not as they have an upcoming match against Berkeley on Wednesday and Avondale on Thursday, both at home at 4 p.m. Berkeley, Avondale.
Big Berkeley week.
Yeah. Girls soccer.
The Ravens girls soccer team had 3 away games this past week. They started off with the game on Tuesday against Groves, and they had a second away game on Thursday against Liggett, and ended the week away at Novi. What happened in the first game, Sam?
First game was the final score of 1-0. They lost against Groves. And going into the game, the Ravens knew this game would be a good matchup. As the game began and the first half progressed, the Ravens had a decent amount of shots on goal. After the first half ended, it was tied still 0-0, but the Ravens had a good feeling that they could come back and in the second half and do well. But then Groves scored early in the second half, holding a strong counter. But in the end, both teams didn't score the rest of the game, and it was a 1-0 loss. What happened against Liggett?
So starting off the game with a lot of energy, it was clear that Royal Oak had obvious possession for the first 20 minutes. CeCe Irwin put a goal in the back of the net within the first 10, with many shots on goal following. As the half progressed, Liggett started to gain a little more control after many offsides calls, which always suck. They tied the game back up, making the final score at half 1-1. Then the Ravens started the half off strong, scoring again, taking the lead 2-1. With about 10 minutes left in the game, Liggett had a great drive down the outside of the field and just tapped it in the back of the net, tying the game up once again. It came down to the last minute when Aro fouled right outside of the box. Liggett served the ball and scored off a bicycle kick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. While it was extremely disappointing, I mean, I'll personally say that's impressive. Bicycle kick?
That's
sweet.
I mean, if that was the one way to lose, I mean, I guess that would be the
That's
best.
the only time where you could be like, all right.
Yeah, whatever. Jeez.
It's lucky.
To wrap, is there a video of that? We should get.
We got to get that. To wrap up the week, the Ravens took on Novi. Tell me about that, Sam.
This game was a tie, 1-1. Within the 30 seconds of the game, Caitlin Eberhardt scored right from the whistle. There was a steal from the midfield, scoring the ball up to the 6-yard line, and Caitlin ran through and right to the score. And ran through to score. After this early lead, the Ravens held some confidence. As the half progressed, Novi started to become extremely aggressive. Novi was able to score right before the end of the half, making it the game 1-1. The second half was somewhat unproductive for both teams, with Novi switching to a more defensive type of play, and the result was the 1-1 tie. What do they got this week, Ben?
The girls have one game this week, and it would have already happened by the time you're listening to this. It is on Tuesday against Seaholm.
That will conclude of episode 16. And
wow, last ever
it's my
host.
last episode being in this chair. Should we switch chairs next week?
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I think so. Thank you for listening to episode 16 of the Raven Roundup. We hope you enjoyed this week of spring sports along with a fantastic conversation with Coach McMann and Owen Soper.
We will be back next week to continue to talk about spring sports here at Royal Oak High School, and this is my last. Next week will be my last episode and the last episode of the season, and Ben will be putting it all together, and he'll be editing and, doing it all. So once again, thank you for listening and or watching us round up all of the amazing Raven sports. I'm your host, Sam Klonke.
And I'm your co-host, Ben Machiniak. We will see you all next week on the Raven Roundup for episode 17.
But for now, remember that it's a great day to be a Raven. Stay safe. Hey, and then the last time we're hitting this record button. Wow.